Ah, tea time.
Welcome everybody, Souldin of the Grin Brothers here, and it's time for another episode of Tea Time. More specifically, a tea time for the very first Nintendo Direct of 2022. Now, I'll be honest with you, 2022 has been a pretty awful year for me so far. However, the games look to be pretty good. Almost all of them so far compiled for me, jam-packed into March. I mean, Kirby in the Forgotten Land and Galgun Double Piece and Switch release, Chocobo GP, the Amiga 500 Mini, all crammed into March, and somewhere Advance Wars Reboot Camp is somewhere in spring. I was actually planning to start this recording a bit early to actually make some predictions, or some hopes. Apparently it's Dylan's Rolling Western's 10th anniversary, and I really like the franchise, so I'd love a new Dylan's Rolling West game or a port of the trilogy onto Switch, but apparently I've started a bit late with this recording. Not doing too well with the recording for this, honestly. Accidentally, Ed tried to start doing recording 2 hours early and ended up using up my tea, my holiday boost tea, which I'll talk about in a minute because I've at least already drunk it. Also, apologies about the sound. I have no control over that, I'm afraid. But yeah, I drank a holiday boost tea before this began, so I'll explain that in a bit. Want to see what the first trailer is. Oh, is this going to be the... Oh, there was rumours that there was a Fire Emblem game set for this year, so... quite surprised they'd be announcing it here, so maybe this is like the remake one or the port. Oh, it didn't help. Oh, well, at least they're smart enough to use the female Violet to start the presentation. Yeah, like the problem with Fire Emblem Warriors is that it came out around the exact same time as, of course, around the same time as Fire Emblem Heroes. It felt like a copycat of the storyline with the prince and princess sort of thing. Even the designs look somewhat similar to the characters that the characters you get paired up with in Heroes. Not also helping the fact that most like Legend of Zelda, because of the recurring usage of the characters, you can get away with only using three sort of franchises for the cat to build the roster out of for the initial. But with Fire Emblem, it was a real shame that they basically only used the latest franchises and for the character roster, and then a lot of the other characters were utilized only as clones, basically. No? This seems to be new. Okay, and that's coming out surprisingly soon. They said this was going to focus more on earlier half of the games, but yeah. Yeah, I'll let Shinya Takahashi finish his introduction. No interest in Fire Emblem Warriors here at Free Hopes. I think it would be cool if Fire Emblem Warriors games which actually, kept to educate a lot of people upon the various Fire Emblem games. I think that would be cool. Sort of like what Fire Emblem Heroes does as a catch game. That's kind of the appeal. Even though I don't have a mobile phone, so no interest, of course, I actually do keep up fairly up with Fire Emblem. Hey, this game I'm looking forward to. Again, I was mentioning it before. And news about this sort of game is what I was expecting. Yeah, it got delayed from December to spring. I'll admit, I suck at these games, but I enjoy them. Oh, even more charm to these characters.
You're gonna get hurt.
I see right through your plans.
Another full campaign awaits. I believe Way Forward have made this. Gosh, it looks so beautiful. I love the hand-drawn art style to the character portraits.
Gameplay and rewind your turns for a smoother tactical experience. Flex your strategic
yeah, I'm not great with SRPG and strategy games, but I enjoy it, and I like that they're sort of doing a lot of these. I kind of wish Famicom Detective Club had a physical release, but this game, to my knowledge, is getting a physical release. I've been able to pre-order it physically, so April 8th. Oh gosh, my springtime is so jam-packed, and all the games are coming out at the same time. Why?
Trade convoys travel between stars. Factions vie for territory.
Huh, they really added a lot to No Man's Sky because I didn't think there was actually NPCs at all. Well, what on earth is new Mario Strikes? Oh my gosh, that's amazing! Woo! Oh, and you can actually have the other characters, other captains as playable members. That's awesome. But I hope that doesn't mean there's a complete lack of the Goombas and such, because I kind of well, not the Goombas, but I wish Goombas were playable, but Koopa Troop and all that. Because I like they were playable. Oh, they got rid of the Kremlings as the goalkeepers. Bit of a shame. But, oh man, that's awesome. Oh, You know, bad time to be leaving a job when all these games are coming out.
Battle League football, as well as by using tackles, items, and crushing.
Brazilian just floating everywhere. Lazy. But yeah, it does seem like they've gotten rid of like the the minion character sort of things, which is a bit of a shame. I like that they gave the enemies a lot of utilization. But hey, cool, you can have a team with all the characters.
But also your stats like speed, strength, and
RPG element to it again.
Customize as you see fit.
You know, I was mainly hoping Next Level Games to be working on like a new Punch-Out game, but you know what? Strikers game, I'm happy with that.
When it appears on the field, and charge it while your opponents are distracted.
Okay, so that's kind of how you do this super thing.
And you'll score not one, but 2 goals.
So a little less than the whole being able to score like 5 goals in Strikers charged. I'm hoping there's more characters than that. Bit weird, no Daisy in it at all. Ugh. They end up putting Rosalina in before Daisy. Ugh. We're in the bad timeline here, folks. Ooh, June 10th, gosh. Yeah, Nintendo's killing it this year. Admittedly, a lot of the games I'm looking forward to on the Xbox Series X are like probably going to be not until next year and beyond, because a lot of them were like tease sort of thing rather than actually any gameplay shown off. So maybe Microsoft will excite me with like an E3 sort of showing off the games. But yes, Nintendo's already doing a lot to grab me. Like so many of the games I want are all Switch bound, which is funny because Switch have had some issues with. Oh, Splatoon 3, I guess. It's weird I see that and I think Splatoon 3. Yep, yes, Splatoon 3. Wow, what a cool. Yeah, never quite got into Splatoon 2 as much as I did Splatoon 1 for some reason. Maybe part of the gamepad issue, but bit of a shame. Because I enjoyed, the start of this franchise sort of thing, but never, Splatoon 2 never continued the hype for me. A bit weird. There's a surprising amount of, making things very ominous in Splatoon, which you wouldn't think it. Then again, it's a surprisingly dark game. I've just watched a video on the Splatoon lore to see the stuff I missed out from Splatoon 2's lore, and oh gosh, it does get some pretty creepy.
Fanzers at the ready.
What? Wanzers? What? Yeah, my poor wallet's being destroyed here, by the way. One F's a Wanzer. Hold on, is this that game Breath played? No, Front Mission first. Okay.
Front Mission game is storming onto Nintendo Switch.
Although it's a familiar, it's an IP I've heard of. Yeah, SRPG. Oh gosh, I suck at these. Surprising. Maybe that might excite HP. She is a seems to be a bit of a Star Wars fan. She's got a pretty good playthrough of what was it, the Jedi Last Order. I believe that's what it's called. She's got a pretty good playthrough of that. You should check it out.
Two Worlds Cross in the triumphant return of this RPG classic.
Two Worlds Cross?
Remaster.
Oh!
The acclaimed RPG Chrono Cross is coming to Nintendo Switch.
I thought Chrono Cross was the one that people weren't super keen on. It was Chrono Trigger that everyone talks about, and Chrono Cross was often considered a disappointing sequel. I mean, I've never...
His homeworld, he finds that he no longer exists here. How did this happen?
Oh no, it's not something I'm particularly familiar with. I don't hear people talk about Chrono Cross that much. It's, Chrono Trigger, yeah, lots of love and appreciation for Chrono Trigger, but like Chrono Cross, I'm pretty sure it was a Black Sheep sequel sort of thing. Just the design is pretty cool. Hey, Kirby stuff! Yeah, looking forward to this. Admittedly, I'm going to be putting this one up for Christmas, because I planned for my nephew to sort of experience the game before me by getting it for him as his birthday present. I think he'd like that. Yeah, no offense, they're not that intimidating. Also, I'm surprised they don't give you the beast ability. Bit of a shame. Oh, they're not too they scare. Car ability. Well, it's just, I guess it's it's just kind of a variation of the wheel ability at that point. Oh no, okay, that's horrifying. Yeah, no offense, that's not like cute. That's horrifying.
Mouthful mode.
No, this looks horrifying. This kind of looks like that one train comic thing. A really disturbing train comic. Really creepy and just stretching out over things like that. No offense.
Actions will be available for Kirby depending on the object he inhales.
Okay. Please stop scaring me. He's already had a light bulb ability. You didn't need to do that.
Copy abilities.
You really didn't need to do that. It's terrifying.
More resources will become available.
The Woolly Town sort of thing is really neat. I mean, if you're going to go 3D, you might as well try to throw in a hub world.
Model D's weapon shop. Familiar copy abilities can be evolved.
Oh, neat. It's like the scrolls in like Kirby Mouse Attack.
Copy abilities to expand Kirby's range of attacks.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Also change Kirby's appearance.
Oh, that looks really cool. Ooh, I really like the wing attack there.
A new adventure awaits our pink puffball.
Well, you know what art's going to be made of her pretty quickly. Oh, I love the armadillo
What are
enemy.
these enemies trying to do?
Oh,
Can Kirby restore peace to
What?
this world?
another corrupted King Dedede, or is it an alternative world King Dedede?
Launches on Nintendo Switch March 25th.
Looks terrifying. I can understand why there's a fear factor to it. Yeah, apparently this game has been warned that there's going to be, you know, scares, you know, an actual thing on the, like, you know, ratings board sort of thing. Like, that's never happened with a Kirby game before. But seeing that car, yes, that is terrifying. I am terrified. Klonoa! That's quite a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Huh, is this like just one game or is it like a collection? I know they mentioned earlier there was a collection games they were doing, but huh, that's an interesting thing. Is this the Wii game? I heard.
Klonoa 2 is included.
Oh yes, so it's just Klonoa 1 and 2. Okay, it looks really good for PlayStation games.
Series launches on Nintendo Switch July 8th.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me mention my tea then. Holiday Boost tea I had. It's a rose hip tea. Brew time was 3 to 5 minutes, and it's from the English Tea Shop. It was part of this Christmas set of teas I got, ironically, for getting a job, which is a job I'm actually now leaving. So, yeah, funny that.
You can pass through portals.
Information in it. Bolster yourself with this licorice-containing herbal tea. One flavour is boosted by numerous helpings of hibiscus, apple, cinnamon, and rose petals.
Online and split screen multiplayer.
And, you know, as you already know, I ended up accidentally trying to record this direct with 2 hours before it was even coming out. So I've already drunk the tea. So my thoughts on it: it's a sweet, oddly lemony taste is tea, which soon gives way to a smooth licorice flavour that slowly fades from the tip of your tongue. So it's a nice tea, rather interesting. Like I was expecting, it's not as strong as I was expecting. It's a little bit soft, weaker and softer. But yeah, it was. Wait, is this Live Alive? This is Live Alive, isn't it? Live Alive, or Live Alive, or Live Alive, or Live Alive. Oh, I've heard so many good things about this game. I'm familiar with the story, but oh gosh, it is a really fascinating tale. I'd actually say Octopath Traveler is almost, in a sense, a bit of a spiritual successor to like some of the concept of it. You know, focusing on like a singular character's like story. You know, 8 different protagonists sort of thing. And I think what's great is it gives a lot of different takes. You know, did a lot of different, like there's a lot of settings here that you don't typically get to see in turn-based RPGs. Like you don't typically get to see the Western stuff. Yeah, and the finale of it is, what a trip. So, tempting, but I've already got so many games and it's coming out the early half of the year. I wouldn't have time to really try to play it, really. That's the problem with all this. So yeah, glad I got to golf, or is this 1-2 Switch sequel? Nope. Nintendo Switch. Oh, Wii Sports continuing. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, gotta say, surprised. Was not expecting that. Oh, interesting upgrade to the Mii's there. Rather cute designs. So I'm wondering, is that going to be like a future upgrade to the Mii's, or you know, even on our system sort of thing? Would be interesting then to get like a Miitopia 2 of the new designs. Oh, Raffi annihilated me in this. He was a right jerk with it. Well, is 6 games really going to be enough? And also, strange choice of having the football in it as well, when Strikers is also being made. I mean, I know they probably didn't have a
controller to the leg strap accessory included with the physical version of the game. You can play shootout mode with intuitive kicking motions.
Oh, that's so cool. I've already got everything, so we are in fit. Oh, badminton! I mean, that feels a bit too similar to, you know, we already have the tennis, we already have a racket sport in there, but, oh man, I love badminton. And you don't really get many, you know, any real games about badminton typically. Yeah, I know. I don't know if, like, this is enough to warrant a purchase sort of thing. Maybe if it's a cheaper game sort of thing, but there needs to be a bit more. Is there an RPG mode to it or something? Or... Yeah, I recognise him. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were suspecting like a 1-2 Switch sequel. I think this is a much better thing. Going over like a Wii Sports successor sort of thing. But again, without being a packing title, unless they release a new Switch version with, you know, it packed in, I'm not sure quite how it'll be able to catch on. Oh, a live commentary demonstration. That's an interesting approach to show this off.
Oh, we're doing this? Volleyball, a newly added sport in Nintendo Switch sports.
Oh, I was hoping to show off the band.
Today from the Takahashi Koizumi team. Koizumi saves it. Up in the air, and here comes the spike. The other
Sorry about this, I've already got a commentary going on this.
and they score.
私はここで失礼します。
Oh, I love a little sort of like they're adding a bit more humour into it, sort of thing. It's been a bit stale since, you know, post-Iwata era of some of these Nintendo Directs, but that's pretty neat. Oh, okay, interesting. I do have Nintendo Switch Online still, so I may try it out.
任天堂スイッチオンラインご加入の方を対象にご覧の日程で実施します。
I just assume
ご利用
that.
いただける方は任天堂ホームページ
Oh, no. Oh, no badminton. That'd be the one which, you know, actually gonna get me really considering, but Chambaro might be... Well, I do like bowling in Chambaro. Should be fun. Well, I've only played Chambaro once and Rafa Yunale me.
ご期待ください。
Well, I think it was fencing back then. Yeah, again, it's a game that, you know,
Will determine their
I'm not good at those tactics games. Like, it's you know, it's crazy enough that I'm trying to go to, you know, getting Advance Wars and see if I'm actually going to be able to competent at it in any way. I probably won't be. I'll probably never complete Advance Wars, but I'll be giving it a good old-fashioned try.
on Nintendo
Oh.
Shop to Metroid Dread.
An update to Metroid Dread? Oh, we got a video on that, by the way. You know.
One hit.
Oh.
Even from this.
Oh, gosh.
Getting hit even once.
Up in the
causes
difficulty a
game
tad.
over in the brutal Dread mode difficulty. Rookie mode difficulty.
Okay. Pretty neat.
This free update launches shortly after this presentation.
Nice that they added both the an easier option and a harder
second
option at the same
free update
time.
in April will add a boss rush mode, in which you'll battle bosses continuously, one at a time.
But say if they announced, you know, Mother 3 might actually get quite a few people actually getting a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass sort of thing. I only got Nintendo Switch Online to do a sort of like collab session with people on the Grid Bros. Brothers sort of Smash Bros. Videos. But otherwise, you know, pretty much the only other thing I've used the Nintendo Switch Online for is playing Penalty Pong. Which I've only played bits of it because whilst I love Penalty Pong and Puzzle League, so like Pokemon Puzzle League and such, I am terrible at the game. I'm not good at these puzzle games. You know, it's like with Advance Wars, you know, I'm not good at the game, I'm eager to try. Not the kind of franchise I'm too interested in, you know, it's too much of a, you're supposed to put yourself in as the character sort of thing, which has never really quite been the appeal for me of these with turn-based RPG. I'd rather explore the story of the characters, but the moment you get the character in your party, and the moment you are the character, they just go silent sort of thing. Or at least if you do like that, you're supposed to allow, you know, great customization of the character in terms of, you know, more choices as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Demon Slayer game popping up on the Switch. I got to be honest, the Demon Slayer game wasn't as great as I was hoping it for. Bit of a disappointment in quite a few regards. Really weirdly, you know, like for instance, you don't have, you don't do Tanjiro vs Inosuke as a fight, which is a really bizarre thing. You know, given like the, you know, I figured that's the reason why they had it is like a more of a versus style game, but it felt like it really should have gone with a more Dragon Ball Z Kakarot action adventure game style. They also, although I did touch it because of my favourite character, Yushiro, got added, he's not really available in any of the main modes, just versus and online, which is a tad disappointing. But yeah, so if it didn't get mentioned before, yeah, Holiday Boost T had that. Again, quite nice, a bit weaker than I was expecting, but it's quite nice that it's got a bit of flavour, and then the flavour sort of like simmers out. Oh, they're announcing a Mario Kart 9, that'd be a bit weird, to announce it in just a standard Nintendo Direct thing. I figured that'd be something, say, for like E3. Oh, okay, so more DLC for Mario Kart. Gosh, they just keep this game alive, don't they? Bloody heck, that's a lot of DLC they're adding. Why don't you just make a new Mario Kart at that point?
2023. Courses such as Coconut Mall, Chaco Mountain,
Might as well, yeah, just kind of make it the definitive Mario Kart at that point, I guess.
and Tokyo Blur will
Gotta be honest.
included in the first wave.
Gotta be honest,
Of course, you can play these courses.
I've enjoyed the
locally
game, but
and
honestly, as because they've added so many characters in terms of like during the race, the tracks are too wide for me, in my opinion. Like, you know, Double Dash and Super Circuit are better get Mario Kart games, in my opinion. Further ways to try to get people to buy the expansion pass. That's why you didn't just bother with making a new Mario Kart. So no new characters, just tracks. Okay. Oh, is this a Fire Emblem on Mars sort of thing,
Ionios.
Tell me.
or is this Xenoblade?
You to side with them.
We're fighting because there are enemies
Oh.
to kill.
Xenoblade 3.
To believe you're him.
How can our lives be so nothing little to you?
They're not your friends anymore.
Yeah, you can tell that it's likely a Xenoblade game because there is such heavy emphasis on questionable British accents. Any plans to ever follow the cliffhanger ending for Xenoblade X though? I'm guessing not. I was expecting a port of Xenoblade X before a Xenoblade Chronicles 3, gotta be honest. Not that I have any interest in the franchise per se. And coming out this year, wow. Huh.
Xenoblade 1 と
Lots of prize drops, gotta be honest. Like a lot of stuff I wouldn't, you know, they've really been, you know, keeping these stuff to tight to their chest sort of thing. It was a pretty good one. Harsh to me, because I've got to try to figure out where to, you know, fit all these games in. I don't have a, you know, my springtime is an absolute mess. I'd say the only definitive outside of games I was already planning to get anyway, you know, I was already planning to get the new Kirby game, was already planning to get the Advance Wars games. The only, like, you know, well, no, I'm not even sure if that's a definite. I'm really interested in the Mario Strikers game because I absolutely loved Mario Strikers, but I don't know, it feels like there's a bit, you know, it's probably a bit of an online emphasis. I'll wait and see what the characters are. It seems like they've trimmed down the roster quite a bit. But I'll see what other characters they end up revealing for it. You know, a little bit of a wait and see for the moment. But I'm, you know, I have confidence that it'll be an enjoyable game because I've enjoyed the previous Next Level ones. Aside from that, there were some things I was considering. Nintendo Switch Sports sort of like thing looks somewhat decent, but again, the, you know, odd clash the moment you have your Mii's in. It's like, Mii's alongside these like updated characters or things. And the fact that it feels like, from the sounds of it, like the way they're adding sort of content to it, it feels a very incomplete sort of game. I quite enjoyed that Nintendo Direct. It was pretty exciting. There was a lot of good stuff. I think it was a really solid Nintendo Direct. How I feel about each game, I'll find out as I, you know, edit this video. Disappointed the lack of Dylan's Rolling Western. I got my hopes up there. But yeah, feel free to tell me what you thought about the Nintendo Direct. I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction to it. And you know, apologies that this reaction video is a slight bit later than others. Had work that, you know, had to obviously go to, so not as much time to quickly edit it. But cheer everyone.